It was a November afternoon in Chicago. Donald Trump, wrapped in his long dark blue coat and red tie, walked along Michigan Avenue. He was in town for a meeting but decided to return to his hotel, soaking in the vibrant energy of the city. As he passed a corner near Millennium Park, something caught his attention on the sidewalk. Crouched against the wall of a building, a woman in worn and tattered clothes held a cardboard sign with the words, "I need help." Her hands trembled visibly. Trump stopped, ignoring the movement of the crowd around him. He was struck by the woman's weary expression and decided to approach her, drawing curious glances from passers-by. "What is your name, ma'am?" Trump asked, his tone firm yet kind. The woman, startled, lifted her head. She hadn't expected anyone, let alone Donald Trump, to speak to her. "Teresa," she answered hesitantly. Trump knelt beside her. "Are you a veteran?" he asked. "Yes, sir," she replied, almost inaudibly. "I served in the army for 12 years. I was injured overseas, and things haven't been easy since then." Trump absorbed her words for a moment before continuing. He saw in her someone who had given years of her life in service to the country, now reduced to begging on the street. He couldn't simply walk away. Taking out his phone, Trump spoke firmly. Hanging up the phone, Trump turned his attention back to Teresa, who looked at him with a mix of confusion and hope. "Help is on the way," he assured her. "But first, let's get you something warm to eat." He called over a nearby food vendor and bought soup and a sandwich. Teresa ate slowly, her hands still trembling from the cold. As she ate, Trump continued to ask questions about her life, her time in the army, her family, and how she had ended up in this situation. A few minutes later, a sleek black SUV pulled up to the curb. Margaret had acted quickly. The driver stepped out and opened the vehicle door. "Teresa," Trump said softly, "get up. This is for you. We're taking you to a safe place." Teresa hesitated. "Why are you doing this, Mr. Trump? You don't even know me." Trump looked directly into her eyes. "Someone should have done this a long time ago." The SUV took Teresa to a luxury hotel. Staff, alerted by Margaret, received her as a VIP. She was escorted to a suite on the top floor, where clean clothes, a hot bath, and a comfortable bed awaited her. A doctor arrived shortly after, examining her and providing medication and guidance for her recovery. Meanwhile, Margaret contacted the United Veterans Support, a non-profit organization specializing in helping homeless veterans. Within an hour, Lisa, a representative from the organization, arrived at the hotel. Sitting beside Teresa, Lisa said, "United Veterans Support found temporary housing, and Trump ensured his foundation covered her rent for the first year. He also handed her a check for immediate expenses." As Trump prepared to leave the hotel, Teresa said, "As Trump left the hotel and returned to the bustling city, he felt a sense of peace and satisfaction. In just a few hours, a life had been transformed, and the future suddenly seemed brighter."